Oh, hello there. Welcome to my humble abode. Come on in. I am your hostess with the mostest, the diva, LaFevers. And I have been informed that you guys wanted a spectacular story in 2 minutes. Well, honey, here you go. Flashback to 1995, honey. In these times, trans women were not widely accepted. It was hard to get jobs, hard to get doctors to help you medically transition the right way. I actually did most of my transition illegally. Everything you see before you, from cheeks, lips, chin, breasts, to my body, are a product of free-form injectable silicone. And the story that I'm going to be sharing with you today is the time that I had my breasts done at a Howard Johnson hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. I ended up paying this queen $300 to get my first treatment in my breasts. And so she hands me her hotel room number and a time. So I take two of my sisters to my Howard Johnson's appointment at damn near 8 p.m. I go in, it's a very clean setup. She marks 5 points around my then very flat boy chest. And then she proceeds to stick the needle funnels just beneath the surface of my skin at each dot. So you have that right, ladies and gentlemen. I am sitting up around both breasts with needles hanging out of my chest. So then she proceeds to take the syringes, fill them up from the Dixie cup, and pump each needle around that breast. I'm watching as my breasts literally inflate. Yes, you are wide awake for this, honey. The dolls were too strong. We didn't need anesthesia. It would have been nice, honey. But when she got to this breast here, I started to feel like I was gonna die. My skin, I could feel the stuff going into my breast and my skin burning, like skin was stretching from my muscle, and I just began to feel feverish, and before you know it, bam, out like a sack of potatoes, honey, and the next thing I know, I'm coming to, and my sisters are supporting me up with their knees in my back while this queen is still pumping me, and I'm telling her, honey, I don't care what happens, just finish it. By the grace of God, this did not take me out. I wanted to share this story with you so you know what it was like for the girls back in the day, and that just because there were no resources for us did not stop the dolls from existing, and it definitely didn't stop the dolls from transitioning, honey. We have been here since before time, and we're not showing any signs of going anywhere anytime soon, honey. And that is precisely why I am here with you today. So, the pandemic gave me a lot of time to hone my craft and my skills. I ended up creating a web series called Quarantine with Geraldine.
I guess you could say it all started with that there Rona. Before the Rona, I had a life. Church on Saturdays, go to the market, go to the Piggly Wiggly almost every day, and then bother Earl all over the house. Make sure I'm keeping up with that good old good-for-nothing Corabella too. No quarantine, Geraldine.
I used my skills as a hairstylist, makeup artist, drag artist, musician, comedian, actor, seamstress to create and play characters like Joe Exotic.
Hold up! Wait a minute! It's 22! Pew pew pew! Pew pew pew!
Ellen DeGeneres. Where do you find these people? Leslie Jordan.
Well, looks like the old Geraldine decided to show up. My, you are green with envy, and that, honey, is not your color.
And even that hateful bitch, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Hey, Marjorie, do you still think that Q is a patriot? Yes, I do think that Q is a patriot. Oh, Lord.
I created and played all these characters so my character Geraldine would have other people to interact off of. Since there was no one else to play these roles with me or for me during the pandemic, I just did it all myself. Not only did I film and edit all of these, but I created all the sound effects, instrumentals, And all the background scenery and literally everything from start to finish in this web series was created by yours truly. My favorite of my Quarantine with Geraldine series is the episode where she breaks into the White House and decides she's going to teach number 45 a lesson.
Good afternoon, America, and welcome to today's briefing.
I found your ass. That's just about enough, you big bloated piece of turd gas. You will grab pussies and ruin countries.
The creation and production of this series actually led to a very prestigious group of drag queens reaching out to me who wanted to produce the very first pandemic quarantine digital drag show in our state. And needless to say, I was honored and humbled to be a part of this, and I immediately got to work with the cast of characters.
Dooby dooby doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
They curated and created their own looks and filmed their own scenes at home by themselves the best way that they knew how to. And then they would submit the footage to me, and I would edit all the footage into one large show for the final production.
Oh my, get this stuttering like I. I'm a freak, I like to play shy, but I will get it poppin', anything, I'll try it.
Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real, purse, full, big bills, bitch, I'm a big deal, legs,
As ebony, skin white as snow.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the biggest queen of them all?
The Geraldine character for me is an amalgam of all the strong Southern women I know, particularly the ones in my family, especially my Nana. And I specifically channeled her, as well as these other women, to cope with the very scary things that were happening at the time. March 20th, I lost my mom. I just left hospice, and this is probably the last time I'll see my mom. But I just said goodbye to my mom for like the last time. As a way to cope with losing her, I ended up creating one of my favorite videos to date, which is my first music video ever. I did a cover remix of Tori Amos' Caught a Light Sneeze, and shot over a course of 7 days with a tripod at abandoned locations all over Winston-Salem, completely by myself. And then went back and edited the footage and created a music video. Right on time, you get closer, closer. My latest project that I'm currently working on now is my short film. It is, again, with the same cast of characters from my Quarantine with Geraldine series, except I'm working with a few other actors this time on a real, actual set.
Get your hands off of him, it don't belong to you.
The script, as well as all the concept and characters, are of course created 100% by me, as well as the screenplay. It's also important to note that all dialogue and screenplays for every episode of the Quarantine with Geraldine web series was also written and created by myself as well. I always believed that North Carolina School of the Arts would be where I found my tribe, but sadly, that I hate it took me so long for me as a person and a human being and an artist to feel worthy enough to apply. However, I do believe homelessness, discrimination, survival sex work, and black market silicone injections, and a plethora of other dangerous and scary situations that were attributed to being a trans woman in the Deep South in the 90s have all played a very important part in what made me the artist I am today. My most recent discovery is the fact that I am indeed on the autism spectrum. I believe all of these things and many, many other reasons make me a perfect candidate for your school. Thank you for your time, and I cannot wait to hear back from you.